beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel. Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. Welcome to another pick a card reading. Okay, so if you're new to this channel is dedicated to your transformation, your alignment, as well as your healing. I'm here to make spirituality fun and accessible for you. Please remember to take what resonates, leave what does not resonate, because you are the creator of your reality. You're the one who gets to decide and choose how you want your life to unfold. You have the free will to decide. Okay, so today we're going to be looking into the lesson unfolding in your life. We have two groups to choose from. And yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so let's go ahead and I think that's all the announcements. Oh, please feel free to check out any of the other content on my channel. I have a series called The Wake Up Call. Manifesting with the Divine is a fun series that I did where I talk about how I channel and manifest with the divine. And I think that's it. Oh, and I also have another channel called Shantia's New Chapter where I talk about my personal experiences and lessons I've learned, linked below. Let us start with our meditation, and then I will introduce the crystals to you. Here is the singing bowl. Okay, so it's so funny. I'm supposed to be like preparing for a presentation, but I'm like nervous. So I decided to do a reading because I'm like, this will help me relax for sure. Or maybe I should be practicing my presentation. Okay, sorry, I almost thought I wasn't recording the audio for a second. I was like, oh no. Okay, let us go ahead and introduce the crystals. We have, for pile number 1, you have these blue sodalite here. This is your crystal. And pile number 2, you have the lovely Mukite Jasper. Almost forgot what it was called. Okay, here is a close-up of those crystals. Hey group number 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose this lovely blue sodalite, we're going to find out what lesson is unfolding in your life. As usual, I like to pull energies first, and then I like to read with the crystal and then pull cards. Let us get into the reading. Guides, dial me into the energies of group number 1, please. So the first words I heard was keep going. So one of the lessons that's unfolding in your life is to keep going, to stay persistent. And I know sometimes life can feel burdensome. It can feel heavy where we're just like, all right, I just want to give up. But honestly, you have two options in life. You can give up or you can keep going. And giving up typically doesn't feel that good. So it's better to persist for the things that really matter to us. Like if you have a passion that your heart is calling to like continue to pursue that passion, even if you aren't getting immediate results or the results that you want at that point in time. It's like, what happens when we persist? And people who are truly successful are those people who truly persist and push through in those experiences. And yeah, life can be interesting the way that lessons want to unfold. Let me see what else I can pull for you guys here. I'll meditate with this lovely blue sodalite. Okay, flow is really important. Learning how to go with the flow, it's like essentially you're learning how to listen to seasons and cycles. So life isn't just like this or this, it's both, right? And it requires you to be very flexible, which is why spirituality is so important, because it teaches people to not hold on to resistance anymore, to just allow themselves to go with the flow. And it's not that you can't control things, because, you know, I say that in the beginning of my video, that you are the creator of your reality. But I also say manifest with the divine, manifest with the cycles, manifest with the energies, work with the energies, use it to your benefit instead of resisting it. Or work with your natural gifts, your natural talent, what feels natural to you. Whatever feels natural, that's what you want to use, because you're going to have a less resistance. So I think one of the huge lessons you're learning in this period of your life is to release resistance. And I think that's honestly the key to everything, is releasing the resistance, because sometimes we try to force things to happen, but maybe it's just not meant to happen at that point in time. Why not just enjoy it? There are so many things that are unfolding that we cannot see. We cannot see. And sometimes we get impatient. We're like, oh no, it's supposed to be happening now. Or perhaps the universe is trying to teach you there's an easier way. And honestly, that's one of the big lessons that my guides are teaching me. Like, there's an easier way. There's an easier way. And I'm like, okay, if there's an easier way, I'm all about it, because that is one of the things I manifested and am manifesting in my life, is for things to be easier, for things to be more fun, enjoyable, as opposed to feeling like everything is a climb. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to be challenged. The irony is releasing resistance and releasing control is one of the hardest things for people to do, is to release that control, to just allow. So if we can allow and just enjoy this eternal present moment to be, we have everything we need. And that's what you're learning. It's like being present, releasing that resistance, being here in this moment. Okay, let's see what else the crystal wants to reveal. I'm hearing keep your feet on the ground. I'm seeing like someone walking on the ground here. So grounding, I think, is important. You're in you're at a point in your life where you're learning how to be very grounded in your body. So we're not just spiritual, right? We're humans too. And the human aspect of us is here to live in this reality. You're learning how to make do with this reality, be here, exist here. Perhaps you're more of a, you acknowledge your spiritual self, or you acknowledge your imagination, or you acknowledge your fantasies and your desires, but it's hard for you to connect that to this reality too, and understand how do those two fit together. I think you're learning how to merge those worlds together for yourself. Yeah, going for a walk, taking it easy, being in nature, I think is very important for you. Weather the storms. You're learning how to weather those storms. You know, when we go through those upheavals of disappointment and grief, doesn't mean that we don't just experience grief. It's just, how do we handle grief with grace? That's what we're calling for in our life. It's like, oh, how do I handle this pain and this suffering with grace? Well, perhaps it's just release resistance. One more message is coming through here. You're learning how to access your power. So I'm like seeing someone like, it looks like the Statue of Liberty. So something about liberating yourself is coming through, feeling proud, being your true authentic self. But I think the hand is holding up, but there's like a lightning around it. So there's something about harnessing your power from within, but also understanding that it's your energy that's creating this, learning how to tap into your power, but also call it to you as well. You're learning how to work with spirit. You're learning how to understand that you can create power or build power or have some power with like spirit with God. Like it's like one and the same from source. You're learning how to access it. It's like kind of an antenna. That's what it's reminding me of. It's like my antenna's up. I'm ready. So like you're also learning the lesson of getting downloads and insight from the universe, where it's like, yes, tell me what I need to know. Tell me what I need to know. I'm available. I'm ready to access my power so that I can act on it and do what I need to do. Okay. Whew, powerful. Okay, so let us go ahead and start pulling some cards for you. Group number 1. A lot of power, very different. Usually from this crystal, I get a lot of like emotional energy, but today it felt maybe a mixture because I'm only doing 2 piles and usually I do 3. Okay, so let's see what lesson is unfolding for you. Group number 1. Guides. Line me with the energies. Oh my goodness. Isn't that funny? We got Queen of Wands right away. We got Queen of Wands. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can change this perspective here. Okay, well, I think that's pretty clear. So we got the Queen of Wands on your first draw. Wow, you guys are learning your power immediately right away. That's the first message that is coming through for you. The Queen of Wands is unapologetic about her desires. You're learning how to be unapologetic about your desires. And it's from this place that you're realizing that you can be powerful, but you're also maybe learning that you are powerful, you can be powerful, that you can be seen. You're learning how to become comfortable with being seen. You know, Statue of Liberty, right? Everyone sees her. Everyone goes to visit her and recognize her beauty. Attractive. You're learning how to be attractive, magnetic, confident. That's the lesson you're learning. You know, it's so interesting because I think my lesson growing up was that it's good to be humble. My parents are both overly humble people. So that was my thing growing up. And, you know, it's like, don't take credit. No, you don't push yourself that much or promote yourself that much. But it is confusing sometimes, I think, when you start promoting yourself and putting yourself out there to understand, well, actually that is normal or that's healthy. But if you've only understood one way, you know, so closely, it's how do I access that other thing? And I think it can be hard, you know, just telling someone to be confident. It's like, whoa, how do I even do that? But it was through me joining Toastmasters, I learned how to tap into confidence, and I realized it's powerful. It's good because it not only does it make you feel good, it makes other people feel good too. So you're learning how to feel good in yourself, and you're learning how to make other people feel good in your confidence. Okay, let's see what else I'm channeling here. Perhaps you're really tapping into that magic, because I was getting that like, you know, tapping into spirit, connecting with God. So the Queen of Wands is known as the witchy one, the witchy one. So perhaps you're tapping into that magic for yourself, that essence of magic, and you're understanding how to manifest, you're understanding how to create your reality. Yeah. I like these words. It says kind, loyal, generous, confident. But there's that competitive energy too. Where do we put that competitive energy? The Queen of Wands is okay with being competitive. For the sake of, I feel like competition, it does serve a purpose. A lot of things do. Even obsession and perfection serve a purpose, a practical, like a healthy purpose. And competition, well, it challenges you to get out of your comfort zone. So I feel like that is what you're learning is, how do I get out of my comfort zone? Step into my power, feel confident, feel seen, be seen. Leo energy coming through. Okay, tell us more, guides. Perhaps with business as well, Queen of Wands. I mean, all of the queens. Here's the thing, because we're getting queen energy, maybe there's something about like a business or something that you do where you're learning how to promote it or talk about it effectively. But with that Queen of Wands, that's about desires. So it's like you're talking about something that you actually like, you're actually passionate about, a product you actually enjoy. Your desire, passion, what inspires you. You're learning how to follow your inspiration, live your inspiration. Okay, tell us more, guides. I don't think this reading's going to be long. Ooh, talk about weather the storms. We got the Tower card. We got the Tower card. So you're learning how to weather some storms. You're learning how to handle the chaos. To me, it's funny because the Statue of Liberty, that kind of looked like the Tower card because I was seeing lightning around her. So I was getting two messages in one, essentially, which is, yeah, you're learning how to weather the storms. You're learning how to handle chaotic thoughts, feelings, emotions, the turbulentness that is under the surface here that people cannot see. You're learning how to handle that pressure. Maybe there's something about anxiety that's coming through. So maybe you're learning how to handle your anxiety a lot better, because sometimes we get so stressed out from just life and situations that happen. And we need to figure out, how do I get grounded here when all of this chaos is happening? A lot of the chaos is in here. So learning how to be in here in your body and get grounded is so important to dealing with chaos. Perhaps you're learning how to, like, when things disappoint you, they don't go the way that you want. That's kind of what I was getting and picking up. When things do not go the way that you want, you're learning how to deal with it. It's like, I got to woman up. I got to man up and deal with this. When things are not going my way, instead of being like, because, I'm not going to lie, there's some moments where I'm just like, I want to whine and just cry or be disappointed or be sad. But I'm like, but what is that going to do for me? Sometimes, yes, I do cry or I allow myself to be sad. So I think there's something about you allowing yourself to feel the emotions. And again, it's about resistance, releasing resistance. So if you need to cry, cry. If you need to just sit aside and breathe, go sit aside and breathe. You're learning how to deal with that chaos. The calm and the chaos. The calm and the chaos. Tell us more about this tarot card. I want to know more about this. This is juicy. Ooh. Ooh-hoo. You got 8 of Wands and we got the 7 of Pentacles. So yeah, what was I saying about you putting in the effort to work on something and then maybe it not going the way that you want? Right? Sometimes that happens in life. So the lesson that's unfolding, your guides genuinely want you to know, it's important for us to understand disappointment. It's important for us to understand when things don't go our way. That's a good thing because that happens a lot. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So how do we deal with it? How are we going to deal with it when things like this happen, right? We got the Pentacles here. So it's like, stay grounded. That's how. We stay grounded and we stay positive. We try to follow the most positive thought, the most positive thought available. We hold on to that. We do the affirmations. We pray. Like, there's a reason why people have spiritual practices. There's a reason why the Buddhas and the sages meditate constantly. The Buddhas. The Buddhist monks and the sages meditate constantly is because there is chaos in this human form. It's just a part of life. So it's like, oh my gosh, chaos is always going to be here. You can't run away from that. You can't, I think that's the part of like when innocence ends is you realize like there's chaos in this world. And it's not like when we are adulting, we get so overwhelmed sometimes by life. We get so overwhelmed and we're like, oh my gosh, how do I like deal with heartbreak? How do I deal with disappointment? How do I deal with betrayal? And it feels like your innocence is being taken away. And sometimes people have a hard time. They're holding on to this innocence. They're holding on to, like, when I was a child, none of this darkness happened to me. I want to go back to when times just felt good and great. But actually, no, life just keeps moving forward. And this is a beautiful thing, is to understand life can be so messy and destructive. And yet, what we're here to learn is, in spite of all of the chaos and the pain that exists here, all the suffering, we can still stand strong. We can still live a life of peace in spite of all of that. That's what's crazy. That's what our guides are here. God is for, and sometimes religion is trying to paint the picture of. Spirituality is trying to show you is that you can find peace in anything, in any kind of storm. A lot of it is in here. Okay, tell us more about this 8 of Wands. Something about taking action, being persistent. Learning how to make progress and proceed forward, even when things don't come out. Well, we have the Sun card, so I'm just going to say, it was I think it was facing the wrong direction, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it's like, can we still be happy? Can we still listen to our heart and the thing that makes us happy, even if we're disappointed and things don't go the way that we want it to? And when you have the 9 of Cups, can you still pursue your dreams? Can you still be persistent? Can you still listen to what fulfills you in spite of, yes, life gets chaotic sometimes. So you are learning that lesson. How can I still be happy in spite of? Well, happiness is your natural birthright. My guides are teaching me that all the time. And I'm like, what? That's a thing? That is a thing. Yes, it is. So the 9 of Cups is always about pursuing, your dreams, your wish fulfillment. What makes you happy? Listening to what really fulfills you. That's the lesson you're learning. What makes me happy? What truly fulfills me in this life? What is going to fulfill me? I have to listen to that all the time. I have to ask myself, what do I want to do? Because that's how we're supposed to live. And that's why I'm on this channel coaching people, because I'm like, that's how you're supposed to live. It's your inherent birthright to be happy. And if anyone tells you otherwise, it ain't true. Okay, tell us more, guys. What lesson is unfolding in this group's life? Whoop. We have your Advocate. Inspires you to put compassion into action. We got the 8 of Wands with that action. So you're learning that, okay, we struggle, we go through pain, but not only that, I can take that pain, I can take that struggle, and I can decide how to help people with it. I learned the lesson. I've gained this wisdom from struggling and going through this experience and that storm and that storm. Now I have something to offer people. Now I care more about people in society because I understand my emotions better. I understand that we all struggle, and I'm set on a path where I want to help people suffer less, and for as long as, you don't have to suffer that long. You can find a way to push through it today. Okay, tell us more, guides. Ooh, oh my goodness. We have here warrior, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. What did I say? You got to push through. Even when it's hard, you learn how to be the warrior. The warrior has a purpose. We're not just like angelic, sweet humans here. We're not just here to be like so sweet and gentle. Sometimes we got that toughness. What do you do with that competitive energy? You become a warrior. You don't fight with anyone. You just learn how to push through the chaos of life, the nature of chaos of life. That's why we have that intensity. That's what that transition from childhood to adulthood is learning how to handle that, knowing that you have a purpose in that warrior-like mentality, standing up for yourself, standing up for what you believe in, standing up for what's right, staying disciplined in spite of disappointment, learning how strong you are. You're stronger than you think, tougher than you think. Learning how to be disciplined, right? With that Seven of Pentacles, learning how to be disciplined, consistent, put in the work, put in the effort, even if things don't go the way that you want. Okay, we have your mother. Nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. You learn how to nurture yourself. So I guess I'm not surprised I came out with the soda light, right? This is the nurturing, such a sweet nurturing crystal. You're learning how to nurture yourself. You're learning what unconditional love feels like. You guys got a lot of lessons unfolding in your life. My goodness. I mean, take what resonates, leave what does not resonate, of course. But you're learning how to nurture yourself, feel nurtured, nurture, be patient, kind, give yourself that motherly. It's so funny. I was talking about that like childhood, right? That innocence. But what helps us to move through this experience is, yes, we got to be a warrior. We got to tough it out sometimes. It's like push through peacefully. But then we also have to give ourselves compassion and love. Remind ourselves that we are loved, we are taken care of, and we can give that to ourselves. We can receive it by releasing resistance. My guides were teaching me the other night, it's easier than you think. It's easier than you think. It's easier than you think. We're the ones who complicate it. Okay. So maybe there's something about you're healing a relationship with your mother as well. You're healing a relationship with your mother. I'm getting like immediately, I'm kind of getting single mother energy from this group. So it's like sometimes you feel like you have to do it alone or figure it out alone, but you're learning how to do it with joy, do it with grace. If you are a single parent, period, actually, let me just say that. If you're a single parent, period, you're learning how to find the joy. That's the lesson unfolding, is find the joy, follow your dreams. Yes, life is disappointing and people hurt you sometimes, but it's like, but you're an eternal soul. Can you remember all the things that happened in your previous lifetimes? Thank goodness. No, you can't. You got amnesia. But you have to like give yourself amnesia in this lifetime too. It's like forget it. I don't know. Forget about it in the sense that we don't think about it repeatedly. Instead, we're focused on like what helps us to build. You're building character, and sometimes we forget the value of that. It's like you're building your character, you're building your self-esteem, you're building your strength. You're building something here. You're realizing you're stronger than you think. Perhaps part of you feels like, oh, I'm not that strong, I can't handle that. But actually, you just did. you did it. You're realizing, wow, I did it. You did it. Okay, tell us more, guides. Okay, that's an interesting card to come out. So perhaps some of you are not single parents. Perhaps some of you guys are married. But the thing that I'm really getting from this marriage card is you're learning how to create a happy and healthy home. Because that's the first thing that I think of when I think about marriage. It's like it influences your kids. It influences you, your psyche, your spouse's psyche. So you're learning, the lesson that's unfolding is, how can I create a happy and healthy home in this experience? I mean, that is always the challenge, is it not? For ourselves, whether we're in a relationship or not. But relationships are powerful because it teaches you cooperation. It's not just about, oh, I just do what I want. I mean, we're never just doing what we want. We always have to, we have to be with people. But thank goodness we get to be with people because we get to share in the experience with others and we're not just alone. So perhaps you're learning how to value your connections, your marriage, your relationships, so much more now. You're learning how to value them and realize that we have parts to play at different points in time of our life. We're here to encourage each other, uplift each other. Yeah. Clarify this marriage. The first word I saw on this Eight of Pentacles card was patience. Boy, does marriage relationships require you to be patient. Of course. Any kind of relationship, whether this is marriage or coworkers or friends, everything requires patience. You know, how many times have you sat there with your sister, your mom, your dad, your best friend, and you listen to the things they say and you're like, or they have certain habits and it just drives you crazy. You're just like, oh my God, it just drives me crazy. But why did they keep doing that? I don't understand. But they do. And they are, and that's just who they are. So it's like, it takes work, right? It takes diligent work, hard, diligent work to make relationships work. Boy, does it. You got to be consistent, right? Again, with that earth energy coming through, stay grounded. Marriages require a lot of grounding energy. And I think that is what some people, it's like, if you don't have that, especially if you have a lot of mental chaos going on up here, your relationship's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. Very bumpy ride. Very bumpy ride. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some more cards for you guys. I guess this is going to be a kind of a long reading. I feel like I'm just getting started. That's the tough part. I'm like, oh, dang. And it's relaxing me just like I thought it would. All right, guys, tell us more about what lesson is unfolding. Opposition. Clarify the opposition, please. Yep, you're learning how to handle the hard stuff. House 1. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You're learning who you are when things don't go right. House 1, opposition. You are learning who you are, how you can handle struggle, opposition, and things don't go right. You're learning how to handle tension, struggles, power struggles, inner power struggle, outer power struggles in your life. How can I approach it differently so that I can succeed? Again, about the house 1, it's like we're building ourselves, we're building our confidence, we're learning what makes us shine. You're learning that you can shine in spite of disappointment or opposition or any kind of struggles or turmoil that has unfolded in your life. Okay, I think I'll pull a couple more cards and then we may end it. Definitely got to pull one of these. Ooh, just got really hot. The Divine Director, Intervention and Purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. What did I say? What did I say? I said happiness is your purpose, and there it is. There it is, confirmed by the guys. Magic is real. Happiness is your purpose. The divine is here to work with you. Even that with the 8 of Wands, right? It's like, actually, it can be easier. Actually, we can manifest it. Actually, it's easier than you think when you stop resisting your natural cycle, your natural push and pull, right? With this house 1, when you stop resisting, the resistance is the opposition. When you let go of this resistance and you listen to your intuition, now all of a sudden life is a lot easier than you thought. Don't push against the things that feel unnatural. Just listen, get quiet, and see, what am I not listening to here? Like, why am I experiencing so much tension? Maybe because I'm resisting something here. I'm avoiding something. I'm avoiding some kind of confrontation. I'm avoiding looking at something. You're learning how to stop avoiding, not looking at the truth and be honest with yourself. You're learning that the divine is a part of your experience. They're here to help you. They're intervening. They're helping to align you with your purpose. It says, know that you're being guided. You're being guided. You're listening to the guidance. Okay. Alrighty. Let us pull a couple more cards. Healing. That's a deep one. So we got healing here. Where can you see it? Here? Oh, here. I guess the light's too bright. Healing. I think you're learning that you needed to heal. You were learning that the thing that you were resisting was your healing. Perhaps you weren't allowing that to happen fully. So like, you know how people say forgive and we get frustrated when they're like, just forgive. But when we're not forgiving, we're essentially putting off our healing. We're putting off the thing that makes us feel good, essentially. You're learning how to heal from the chaos and the struggles and the disappointments. You're learning how to heal from it. That's why the Buddhist monks and the sages meditate, because they're healing. They're repairing from the chaos, constant chaos. It's constant chaos in this world. So it's like, oh, okay, I guess it's going to be like that. But how do we make the most of it? Okay, tell us more, guides. Whoa, what? Whoa, you got deep ones, deep ones. We have here 35, Métis, wisdom. You've gained a lot of wisdom from your experiences. You've learned a lot. The lesson that's unfolding is you learned a lot. You're quite wise. It's not that, oh, I have to, like, you didn't go. I think sometimes we think that us going through our struggles is for nothing. Like, it's like, why did I have to go through that struggle? Now I'm heartbroken. I'm disappointed. Actually, now you're wise. Now you learn. You can know because you were there with yourself. Now you know what creates unhealthy relationship dynamics. You know, for me, I saw a lot of what I did not want to see in relationships growing up. Like really, really unhealthy stuff. And I was like, I do not. I am not interested in repeating any of those patterns. So I didn't. All right, wisdom. Even though I was getting a lot of that experience as a kid, I'm like, it gave me wisdom as an adult to realize I'm not going to repeat those patterns. No, thank you. Like, I'm very stern about that. I'm like, I'm not going to repeat those patterns. So I think it's about creating those healthy, firm boundaries for yourself and understanding, no, I don't need that in my life. I'm good. I'm good. Okay, we have here 28, she, revelation. Okay. Look at the electricity. She got an electric dragon. There it is, the electricity. It came back around, guys, for the final. Well, I'll pull one more card for you. So the Lesji revelation. Oh my goodness. I think you're going through a revelation in your life. Revelation is like, wow, I just realized something, like strong insight. So that's what the Statue of Liberty with the electric around her was to me. It's like you are getting revelations from, like, huge downloads from your guides, the universe. It's showing you, it's teaching you what life is all about. So it's beyond yourself, because we got the advocate here. So I think you're learning how to make use of this personal wisdom that, to me, Métis always feels more like personal wisdom. So it's like you gain more of this personal wisdom from your circumstances, and now you have something to offer to other people. Like something worthy enough to be put in the Bible, revelations. Something that's worth sharing with other people. So you don't just have wisdom. You got wisdom to share with your family, your friends, your community. If you have a platform, share that wisdom with someone. That's what I love about YouTube. Is like all these people, all their stories, all of their wisdom that they get to share. I like to soak it up like a sponge. I'm like, give it to me. Yes, please. Yeah. There's one more message that wants to come through here. It's also about harnessing your power as well, because she has like electricity coming from her hands. So it's like you're learning how to harness this power. She almost looks like she's playing with it. So I think you're learning how to play with, maybe like with the divine director here. It's like play with this information. You can play with this world. You can play with the magic, right? Magic is real. Yes, we said that earlier. She's realizing that magic is real and you can play with it. You can play with energy. She's playing with energy. You're learning how you call it to you. I said that earlier. Yes, you're learning how to call the power, the magic to you. So some people, they think, okay, so this is why victim mentality sucks. I'm not saying I don't have it from time to time. I most definitely do. I'm just saying it sucks because it's a lie. Like, that's the false self speaking. That's the mind. Your true authentic self knows that you can call power to you at any moment in time. You can call things to you. You can call the magic to you. You can call your guides to you. You can call whatever you need to. Whatever you need, whatever you desire. But we convince ourselves that we don't have power because we think, oh, okay, if I can't see like electricity running through my hands, then I'm not psychic. We're all psychic. We're all meant to be psychic so that we can awaken. That's the way that everything works. It works. Everything is arranged perfectly so that we have the opportunity to awaken should we choose to do so. All right. I'm going to give you guys a final alignment message. So we got 5 and 3, 35 adds up to 8. I want to have another 8 here. So that's about prosperity and abundance. So with that 9 of Cups, that was definitely about abundance coming through. We have the 8 of Pentacles too. It's about putting in that work to gain. That's a consistent abundance as well. You're learning how to find balance in yourself with that 2. 2 and 8 also adds to 10. End of a cycle, birth of a new. You're learning, to me, with the Sun card, because it's like that baby, you're learning how that you can go through as many rebirths and transformations as you want. So long as you want to. Like, you can keep reinventing yourself. That's the power of being a spiritual being. Infinite transformation. Okay, so for your advice, we have here Venus in the 4th house in Sagittarius. Well, I think Venus really likes to be in the 4th house because Venus likes to be spoiled. So if you think about Venus in 4th house, usually people who have like really good, or you can have could create a very sweet upbringing, sweet childhood. It's in the sign of Sagittarius, which is the philosopher, big thinker, dreamer as well. But the 4th house can also symbolize your psychology. So it's like your psychology that you formed growing up, but it's also the psychology that you can reform as you become an adult as well. So you're learning how to reform your psychology or love. It's like rewrite your story. So instead of looking at your past and being like, oh, I'm so attached to my past and all the harsh things that happened to me, you're learning how to paint a positive light, right? With this wisdom. Instead, it taught me wisdom and it taught me beauty and it's taught me how to bring all the beautiful things into my life now. It taught me how to dream because I saw people not dream. I saw people struggle. I told myself I want it to be easier and I want to dream and I want to live the life of my dreams and I want to rebirth myself. Venus in Sagittarius, adventurous. I'm learning how to think like and feel like I want to expand myself, expand into a life of adventure. Expansion is sweet. Expansion is sweet. I can intuitively learn how to expand easier. Listen to my intuition to expand. Excuse me. So the last message I have for you guys, let's go ahead and pull a card from the abundance deck here. Okay, that came out so weird, but we'll take it. Ooh, different. Donations, tithing, and charitable work. Give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you. And know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, or other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. Okay, so you know what this card is telling me, group number 1? It's telling me you have power. You have enough power to, like, you have the type of, you can influence with this advocate energy and that Queen of Wands. It's like you have the power if you tell someone they're doing a good job or you support someone in some way or shape or form, it multiplies. It comes back to you. So it's an illusion to think that, like the give and take, it's an illusion to think sometimes if you give that you're not going to get, because you are going to get, depending on how you give. So when you give, it's about give generously, give happily, give without expectation that they should return it back to you, but the universe is always going to return it back to you. So it could either be from that person or it could be something else. So just know that your giving impacts the world. So that's their advice to you. Give joyfully to organizations, people who spiritually support and inspire you. That's very specific, I have to say. Spiritually support. And know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. Yeah. So don't be afraid to give. The time, supplies, money, or yeah. Your positive energy can multiply. That's one way of multiplying your positive energy. You got positive energy to give. So if you want to multiply your positive energy, give. That will be the end of your reading here, group number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support. Let me know if it resonated. Have a beautiful day or evening. Bye. Hey, group number 2, if you chose this lovely Moonkite Jasper, then this is going to be your reading. So I'm going to start off with pulling energies first, and then I'm going to read with a crystal, and then I will pull cards. So we're looking into the lesson unfolding in your life, and there may be many lessons. Just like the previous group, there were many lessons. Okay. Guides, dial me into the energies of group number 2, please. Okay. The lesson that's unfolding is learning how to listen. It was a combination of listening and like also projecting your energy out as well. So it's like you're learning how to listen. Maybe to the universe, for the signs, for the whispers. It could be, yeah, I think maybe like learning how to listen deeply, learning how to listen to your intuition, perhaps even like literally listening to people talk, listening to words that are said. So that's the lesson that's unfolding for you in your life. If this is something that you are learning how to tap into, it's like stop, pause, and listen, and be more present and listen. This is the thing that is working in your advantage, is listening. Because the more you listen, the more effective you can be. So, okay, interesting download I'm getting right now. But it's essentially like whatever you absorb in fullness, whatever you absorb, you can give in fullness. So that's why you don't just want to read or watch, you don't want to just watch a million videos or read a bunch of books. You want to be present with the material that you're soaking up. Because if you are very present in learning how to soak it up, then you can be present in learning how to share it or break it down or sift through it. It'll be so much more clear to you. But also you become more effective. So if you think about reading a book, you're not going to be effective with reading a book unless you actually absorb the material. So you're learning how to absorb what you're learning so that you can become more effective, like better, skilled, improved, most improved. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through. You're learning how to be hopeful. It's interesting imagery I was given. It looked like it was someone running, but they had wings. So it's like, learning how to run, but they had wings too. But it gave me this energy of like they're about to push off or take off, but they need to use their legs to take off, to use their wings. So something about understanding that you can't get from A to C. You have to go from A to B to C. You have to use all of your muscles. You have to use all of your tools. There is no shortcut. So when I say there is no shortcut, it's like when you learn how to do something, whatever you didn't learn. So let's say you're doing something new. You're learning how to skateboard, for example. You can't just, I don't know. There's something about you can't skip steps. Or even if you skip, you're going to have to go back or retrace your steps essentially and relearn it again. So also something about releasing this illusion of thinking that every person that succeeded, that it came easy to them. Every person who succeeds gets the exact karma equal to their effort. It's an illusion to think that that is not how it works. So I think you're learning that whatever you give is what you get. Whatever you give is what you get. Because whatever you give is what you get, that gives you the opportunity to reflect and think about, okay, how can I improve on this? How can I put more energy, more power, more behind what I'm doing to get the outcome that I desire for? Well, I got to change something else. I got to put more energy behind it, or I got to change the weight so there's not as much resistance. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through here. Okay, I got a butterfly. Again, with wings reference. So this group, you are going through a transformation. There might be something about beauty coming through as well. It's like learning how to be more confident with your beauty or how you look or feeling beautiful. It's more like for you understanding that you are beautiful or you always were beautiful. It's just you didn't recognize it. It's like you've always been beautiful, but you didn't recognize it. Beauty to me is an experience. Beauty to me is an experience. It's a vibration. It's not a look, because you can see if you've ever seen like actresses, the ones who hopefully didn't get the surgery. When they first started out, they look like normal people. Just a normal person. Just a normal person. Look at anyone who started anything. When they first started it, they look like a normal, awkward person. They learned how to become confident over time. They learned how to blossom. They learned how to transform over time through consistent effort, through building themselves, to feeling more confident. They learned how to create the energy inside of themselves. So the way that you create the energy is through using it. Practice, practice, practice. So you're learning how to exercise your confidence muscle. But there's something that feels quite graceful about this group. I'm getting a lot of grace. It's like, it's actually effortless when you, something about, because I keep getting like you were always beautiful, or you're just learning what your natural way of being beautiful is, your effortless way of being beautiful. And I believe in that. I truly do believe in there's like an effortless way for us to be and feel beautiful, but it does start with a feeling, right? So it's like you're learning how to emanate it from inside out. What is this beauty? You got to emanate it from inside out. Yeah. But I think learning how to recognize it, it's like I'm just getting this feeling like, oh, I didn't know I was that. Like the butterfly in my vision is like so beautiful and like delicate. And it's like, oh, I'm this cute little butterfly. It's like being a ballerina in a ballet. Like, little girls when they're in their like cute little tutus, or when they're in their cute princess dresses, they feel pretty. It's like that. It's like I'm learning how to feel pretty. I'm learning how to feel pretty, and I'm learning how to find the value in feeling attractive or feeling pretty. It feels a lot more graceful to me and serene than like attractive, like spiciness. It's more like beauty as opposed to spicy attraction or hotness. You don't have to try so hard. You don't have to. I don't know the words. That song. Something about you don't have to try so hard. You realize you don't have to try so hard. All you have to do is be yourself. Be comfortable with being yourself. You learn how to be comfortable with being yourself. Oh my gosh, this is so long. I'm so sorry. I'm getting into it. Okay, what does the crystal want to say? Flower. Immediately I got the flower. Was it a sunflower? Tulip? No, it's not a tulip. Okay, so I think there's something about personality that's coming through for you guys. Transformation, you're going through a transformation, you're learning how to transform, you're learning how to work with transformation. I was actually talking to my guides about transformation. I'm like, how does that work? Like, how do we just transform? They're like, you release resistance. They're like, you're natural transcendent butterflies. You don't have to try to transform. Transformation, you got it backwards. You think it's about becoming something, but it's actually about being more of your true authentic self. That's how you transform. So a lot of people get it twisted because they think I gotta change my makeup, I gotta change everything, I gotta change this just to be like attractive. But actually it's the opposite. It's like the more naked you are to like the core of who you are, and you're just yourself, the more attractive you are, or the more beautiful you are, essentially. Like, yeah. The outer has nothing to do with how beautiful you are. Okay, what was I forgot what I was getting. Oh, the flower. Yeah, so there's something about personality, playful. You're learning how to just use your personality, be effective with your personality. You're learning how that you have like your own character. Like you can become, it's not like a pretend character. It's like you can be charismatic. You're learning how to be charismatic. The thing is, sometimes people don't think they are. I'm like, charismatic. I'm like, because they give that word to some people. And I'm like, I think everyone has like a charismatic. It could be subtle, it could be big, it could be whatever. It could be very energetic, it could be loud. But everyone has a character-matic that's coming through them. So I think you're learning like, what is my thing? What's my special thing? Because I feel like it's like, I don't know, I'm thinking about The Office. So I'm thinking like, they're all kind of like nerdy, like awkward, but charming. So it's like whatever you have, these quirks, they're actually quite charming. So you're realizing you got like these little quirks and responses, but actually it makes you charming. And it works for you. It works for you. Okay. So this is my bold, beautiful crystal. It's like, I'm ready to be bold. I'm ready for life to be colorful. I was kind of getting that from all the visuals. It's like, I'm ready to paint my canvas. I'm ready for life to be colorful. I'm learning how to become more colorful within myself. All right, let's go ahead and pull cards. So guys, what lesson is unfolding for this group? Woohoo! We got the Lovers right away. Major Arcana, let's go. Okay, let me see what's going on here. So the first thing I am getting is beauty, because, you think about lovers, loving, love. That makes you very magnetic, right? That energy of love. So I think you're learning how to emanate this energy of love. So that is, okay, I'm learning something right now. That's really interesting. Emanating the energy of love, loving yourself makes you lovable. Like loving yourself, loving life makes you, that's what makes you lovable. That's what makes you beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful. Okay. Yeah, that's what makes you beautiful. It's like loving yourself is what makes you lovable to other people. That's what makes you attractive. I would have to agree. When people put themselves down and they focus on a lot of the negative, doesn't it make you cringe a little bit inside? It's like, oh no, don't talk about yourself like that. I always get that feeling like, oh my gosh, don't talk about yourself like that. Like, you're fine. It's fine. It's okay. But I think you're learning how to just really like enjoy being with yourself. And it's making you very attractive with that Lovers card. So there might be some love lessons unfolding in your life. But I'm getting this really lighthearted, beautiful energy. It's like you're realizing it doesn't have to be so heavy. Relationships can feel beautiful and bright and sunny. They have, everything is a spectrum. Life is a spectrum. We are spectrums. We're walking spectrums. But even with that Gemini energy, you can take that as a spectrum, right? Ardra in Gemini, in the Ardra Nakshatra in Gemini is all about like, they can be like stormy. It's like a stormy version of Gemini, but we always think of Gemini as like very talkative and but Ardra has Gemini has a dark side too. So I think actually alchemizing or like working with or fusing both aspects, your shadow and your light, is what makes you attractive, because it's like total acceptance. When you accept your light and you accept your shadow, that's like total acceptance, and it makes you very attractive. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify the Lovers. Learning how to make better choices in life. You're learning how to make choices that make you happy. We have 8 of Swords. Ooh, you feeling trapped? Just kidding. You're learning how to unrestrict yourself. You're learning how to make choices that make you feel free, feel more expressive. That's the lesson that's unfolding. It's like, it's a choice, right? And it's a mental construct. When you don't feel attractive, you don't feel beautiful, or you feel stuck in your situations when it comes to life, it's a mental construct. It's not real. It's a choice. So you're learning the lesson of, I choose love, I choose me, I choose life, I choose light, I choose positivity. I have to choose it every time, and as often as I can. As often as I can. You're learning how to not feel like a victim or alone, or feel so scared, or create that inner drama in your head, or feel stuck. You're understanding it's an illusion. You are taken care of, you are loved. Okay. Anything else you want to tell us about the Lovers? You're free to express yourself. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles reversed. Yes. So Five of Pentacles is always about needing to shift your perception. Right? You're feeling alone. So with that Lovers card and that Five of Pentacles, maybe you felt alone, or you're feeling alone at times in life. And you're learning how to overcome this lesson of feeling alone. You're like, I'm not alone. You're not alone. You got Archangel Michael floating over you, over here in this Lovers card. You got the support of an angel here. You are being supported. You are not alone. Okay, so the camera, thank goodness it saved the video, but it cut out. Okay, so perhaps you've had times where it has felt really dark in there. Dark, lonely, scared, like you're alone and you're trapped and you're stuck. Right? It's like, I can't see my way, or I can't see my way out of this situation. How am I going to get out of this? The lesson that's unfolding for you is everything is an illusion, essentially. And it's our thoughts that create our reality. It's our thoughts that create our reality. So learning how to love ourselves, love life, that helps us to hugely shift the dynamic. Learning how to choose the most positive thoughts, that helps us to shift our dynamic. What lesson is unfolding in this group's life guides? So a lot about changing your perception. We got Gemini energy and Mercury. The mind, the perception. Star card. Woohoo! Party like a rock star. Oh, okay, so you're learning how to party like a rock star. That's a funny channeling. So you are learning how to have hope. You're learning what hope really means. How do we renew? How do we heal? How do we improve? But also, you are the star, right? We were talking about this. Like, you're learning that you are beautiful. And the star card, to me, truly would be beautiful from the inside out. So our outer reality is a reflection of our inner reality. And there's a beautiful outer and inner reality that you are creating for yourself. You're learning how to nurture and nourish and fill up and know how to... You're learning how to replenish yourself, essentially. Heal. You're learning how to replenish yourself to the point where we got 2 people in the nude, and I was talking about the nude, wasn't I? 3 people in the nude, sorry. You're learning how to have faith. You know, when things really get tough and difficult and challenging, how do I still have faith in this experience? You're learning what it means to have faith. Very much so. But yes, all the things I said about shining and being a star and feeling beautiful, that's coming through as well. You're learning how to fill up your cup. You're learning how to nourish yourself. Okay, let's pull some more cards. Yeah, very beautiful feminine energy coming through so far, I would have to say. Tell us more, guys, about the lesson unfolding in this group's life. Abundance. So one of the huge lessons you're learning how to overcome and embrace is becoming magnetic for abundance. That's the lesson that's unfolding with this sudden wealth here. I want to know more. I want to really pull into this energy and just see more of what's here. I feel like there's a lot more here. Well, I think you're learning how to manifest and how abundance really works and operates in this world. So it's actually a lot easier. You know, I was telling the previous group, it's a lot easier than you think sometimes. It's like we're the ones who complicate it. It's because if you think about it, abundance is always available to you, no matter what. And we're the ones who kind of think it isn't, but that's not true. That's a lie. There's a lot available. You know, when we're focused on like the 1% and how they're hoarding the wealth, how is that helping us to build our abundance? How's that helping us to build our abundance? If you think about it, some of these people who are like, they are in the 1%, they are giving back. They're donating, they're giving back. And they create businesses where they help other people to figure out how to build their abundance too. So that's amazing. Yeah, we got lucky numbers here, 11 and 777. I feel like I'm going to pull more cards for this one. Tell me more about this sudden wealth energy. It's sitting on it looks like a chessboard. The game of wealth, the game of manifestation, it's a game. It's a matrix, it's a game. You're learning how to play the game. Ooh, that's kind of sassy. I think you're learning how to play the game. That's the lesson unfolding is like you're going to learn how to play the game of money, of wealth, of abundance. You're learning how to create luck. Essentially, luck isn't something that people aren't just lucky, you actually create it. You create it through your energy. You're learning how to create luck. Wow, that's a thing, huh? Well, I believed it was, but tell us more about the sudden wealth energy here. Ooh, we got 4 of Cups and we got 7 of Wands. That's really interesting cards because those are not the cards you expect for a sudden wealth card. So 7 of Wands is about I choose my own path. It's like you do your own thing. Learning how to be more assertive. So you're learning how to be a lot more assertive when it comes to your wealth, your abundance. And perhaps with that 4 of Cups, you're learning that your emotions affect whether it comes to you or it doesn't come to you or whether it's offered to you, right? So the 4 of Cups is about an opportunity coming out of nowhere, right? This could also be about luck. So you're learning that you choosing you creates your luck. You're learning that's the secret. One of the secrets to luck is I choose me. When I choose me and I choose to stay firm to my vision about what I want to create in this world, that's when opportunities come to me and I'm magnetic. What did I say about being magnetic? We got the 4 of Cups and we got the hand handing the cup here. You're learning how to be magnetic to abundance, to wealth, to opportunities. That's the lesson that's unfolding. So it's like you're dreaming about these things, you're desiring, you're dreaming, but you're learning that what creates it is you got to be firm with your vision. You got to be firm with yourself. So being firm in yourself is what creates wealth. I'm learning something right now. It's always fascinating. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it also says here, focusing on the negative, right? Actually, when you focus on the positive, you create luck, you create wealth. And then opportunities just kind of, they come out of nowhere, but it's not coming out of nowhere. It's just you're manifesting it energetically. You don't see it. Perhaps you're learning to trust it, right? That's the divine wealth, right? So divine wealth is about trust with the divine. It's like we're not trying to work so hard to create the wealth, but actually I'm learning how to trust myself and my own path. When I trust myself, my own path, and I listen to my intuition, that's when the abundance can come through, right? That's when the abundance can come through. Ooh, cool. Okay, let's see what else is unfolding, or yeah, what lesson is unfolding in your life. I love being educated. I've been doing that lately for my readings. I'm just like, educate me, guides. I don't teach me. So we have here 49 Izume, humor. So you're learning how to not take life so seriously. You're learning how to laugh. Take the edge off. You're learning how to be playful, right? I was kind of getting that energy with the flower. It's like personality. Oh, maybe one of your personality strengths is humor. I was thinking about The Office, and The Office is a comedy. So you're learning that one of your strengths is humor, your sense of humor, laughing at life, not taking life so seriously. When you pull into this energy, ooh, life feels good, right? It feels good. Maybe you're learning that you can make people laugh. Maybe that's one of your attractive qualities, is making people laugh. You know, one of the people, my dad is so freaking funny. That's where I learned how to have a humor. Like, he's very funny, and he's had one of the darkest pasts. And yet he's the funniest one in the family. So it's really interesting how beautiful humor can light up your life and really create healing for you. So you're learning how to heal through your humor as well. We have your Danu Assurance, number 10. So you're learning how to feel assured in your pathway. It's like, I'm going to grow this. She's holding a little leaf. I'm going to figure out how to grow this leaf. You're learning how to grow your little leaf. You're learning how to be patient enough to grow the things that take time. It takes time. Time is an illusion. It takes focus, intention, and attention. So someone said something about, what did they say? Distance traveled. Something about distance traveled. Something about time traveling is distance traveled. If you travel a further distance faster, that it accelerates your growth. So I think we were learning about this, yeah. Distance travel. If you put in the energy and the work, you can accelerate your growth faster because you've traveled more distance. So for example, if someone goes and they learn as much as they can and they apply that knowledge, and for example, like me, I've learned how to get better at YouTube through posting a lot of videos. I'm the type of person I learn through experience, so I'm not going to be making fake videos in front of the camera. I have made videos I haven't uploaded. But I'm not just going to be sitting in the front of the camera making fake videos. No, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to stumble. I'm going to be flawed. And then I'm going to edit it. And then I'm going to upload it. And I'm going to learn what didn't work and what did work. So you're learning how to see what works, what doesn't work. Be patient with that assurance. I really like this card. So it means that everything, all the circumstances, everything is coming to you for you to grow this seed. Or you're in this place where you're learning the lesson of, how do I grow something? How do I grow abundance? How do I grow this seed? So a lot about abundance coming through for you guys. We have here White Buffalo Calf Woman, Reverence. You're learning that life is reverent. Ooh, that's intense. The last group too, they got an intense one. You're learning that life is reverent everywhere. Everything is sacred. It's all sacred. It's all sacred. It's all sacred. It's all magical. When you want to access it, you can. It's up to you. But you're learning that life is sacred. Tell us more, guys. Okay, we'll take both of them. So we have here Kutumi, Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know, right? Let's go back to the Reverence card here. White Buffalo Calf Woman, Reverence. You already have the answer you seek. That's what you know. You're learning that it's inside of you. With this star card, it's inside of you. What was I saying about nudity and about being yourself and authenticity and all that stuff? You're already beautiful. You already had it. You already had it from the get-go. So you're learning that you already have the answers you seek in life. That's what the Seven of Wands is. Like, you know your path. You know your path. Don't let anyone else tell you what your path is. You know your path. You know what's right for you. So when we let other people tell us how we're supposed to live our lives, it gets really confusing. You know, when you're always taking advice from people, but actually in your heart, your heart, since you were 5 years old, you wanted the same thing. You wanted to do the same thing, and yet you hesitated. Because everyone else hesitated, and they doubted themselves, and so it taught you to doubt yourself. But you're learning how to trust that cloak of wisdom, that wisdom. You are wise. You're quite wise. Trust what you know. You're quite wise. We have here the Shekhinah, Sacred Self. Oh, what did I say about life is sacred? Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. So you're learning how to dance to the sacred rhythm of life. You're learning how to express yourself. What was I talking about? Personality. Express your life. Express your life. Sure, express your life. Express your gifts. Dance to that magic. Life is magical. Dance to it. Dance to that beat of your own drum is what I'm getting. I'm getting Dahanista in Aquarius. Dahanista Nakshatra in Vedic astrology. It's about dancing to the beat of your drum. What's the beat of your drum? Unleash it. Let it go. That's what makes you a magnetic. You guys are a very magnetic group. This group, you're just like magical. You're like magical pixie dust, fairies. You just got like good energy. I'm feeling it. To offer to the world. You're very talented. You guys are like very gifted with that Gemini energy. That could be like very gifted, very multi-talented. Third house energy, multi-talented. You guys are like really multi-talented. Really The sentences, the sentence structure. F minus. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I said everything that needed to be said for that card. Let's see what else wants to come through. The last group ooh. Oh, I like this. Okay. So what order should I do this in? So the Orphan card, this takes me to 5 of Cups, also 5 of Pentacles, feeling like you're alone, feeling like, oh no, I can't see the light because we're not looking. You gotta look up. You gotta look up. Feels like you're alone at times. You're realizing that you aren't alone. You're not an orphan. That's impossible. You belong to Source. Your Source expressing itself. You're everything. You're part of the everything. You can't be alone. That's not possible. Okay, moving on. 45, time to go. You're realizing when you need to stand your ground. On to the next. I'm choosing my path. I'm going to do what inspires me. That's what you're learning. That's the lesson unfolding. And because you're following your truth, your path, you're about to be blessed. All right, blessed. We have here 22 blessed. You're about to be blessed because you got the blessed energy around you. So this is the awakening process. It's so interesting because I follow Kyle Cease and he's, his content is fascinating. When I say fascinating, it's beautiful. His content is just, I'm just like, that is my content right there. Kyle Cease, C-E-A-S-E. Anyways, he talks about this, like, you're afraid to quit the job because you think you're not going to be taken care of, or you're afraid to do the thing that you want to do or speak your truth because you're afraid of being judged. But he's like, that's all an illusion. It's the opposite. It's actually when you do all of those things, people are going to be looking at you weird because they're going to be like, what are you doing to create all of this abundance in your life and this beauty in your life? And you're like, I'm just doing the thing that feels natural to me. I'm living in a way that feels natural. That was my motto for my previous channel. I'm like, I'm here to help you live in a way that feels natural. And then I learned how to live in a way that felt natural. I created a series called Heal, Feel, and Reveal. And I revealed at the end of the series that I was ready to step into a new chapter in my life where I embraced my purpose. So it's like, set intentions, grow into it, take action. What lesson is this group learning right now? That you're blessed. You're learning that you're blessed. That's so funny. You're learning that you're blessed. Mars. We got Mars. Fire. Ooh, you got the fire. You got the fire. Bold and beautiful. We got move forward and defend self. Yeah, you're learning how to go your own route. Trust your own instincts with that Mars energy. You're learning how to go your own route and trust your instincts. These impulses with this fire can make you impulsive sometimes. Those impulses are the right ones. Those impulses, that's what makes people confident, is they're a little bit more impulsive to be confident, to project their energy out there. That's what makes them confident. That's what makes their fiery energy so amazing. When they're passionate, when they let their passion take them, when they let their optimism drive them, things work out for them. So I think Brad Pitt is a Sagittarius. I was thinking about him immediately, right? People are just so drawn to his energy. It's like, oh my gosh, Brad Pitt. I think he's a Sagittarius. So I think he does have sort of like this vibe, this aura of confidence about him. He exudes it because he's learned how to be like really optimistic and desire for a lot, right? He's allowed himself to desire, be passionate, and be confident. And it just became a habit. So he just exudes it. Oh my God, Brad Pitt. People were just like, oh my God, Brad Pitt. Okay. Anything else, guys? Ooh. We got Saboteur. Y'all are doing great. What you doing? But I get it. Right, with this orphan energy and that 5 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. Saboteur. It's about being trapped in your mind. This woman is in an air balloon. She wants to go float to the sky, but she's like, oh no, I'm letting my dark thoughts keep me down on the ground. So you're realizing that you have a saboteur. You have a voice in your head that tells you you can't when you can. You can't when you can. So you have to go, you have to use your fire, you have to use your impulse, your passion, and your drive to get yourself out of that state. That's what you're learning. I need to push through. I need to push through these experiences when I'm feeling discouraged. I'm realizing I got a saboteur and it is not helping me to achieve what I want and what I desire. That's what you're learning. Okay, final message. Oop. Guidance for this group. Pisces. Ooh, Saturn, Pisces in the 12th. What is that? That's spiritual energy right there. Okay, so it's like devoted spiritual being right there. Advice for this group, guys, or whatever you want to tell them. So the advice they have for you: obstacles and blocks are lifted. All your good personal work and your positive energy, right? We're feeling that for this group. Have overcome previous obstacles and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. So there's already abundance flowing to you. Step number 1, recognize it. Recognize what we have in life to be grateful for. Step number 2, let it keep flowing to you. You are getting past those blocks, those saboteurs, that loneliness, that limited mindset, those limited mental constructs, those movies. I wanted to say that limited movie, that mental movie that you've created in your head. That is not the truth. That's not your story. Rewrite your stories. What kind of story, what kind of life do you want to live? That's the life you get to live. So we have here Saturn in Pisces in the 12th house. So the advice I have for you, I mean, that's very deep and spiritual. It's like commit to the magic. There's something more that wants to come through here. I want to get the clarifier because I'm kind of getting teacher energy from this. Let's see. Can you clarify that Saturn in the 12th in Pisces? That's like seniority right there. So it's interesting because the 12th house sometimes can be about like imprisonment. I don't know. It symbolizes that sometimes. And I always find that interesting because I got 12th house energy and I'm like, what? But let's kind of dive into this. Imprisonment and Saturn can represent devotion. Okay, let me get clarifiers for this. I'm getting grandpa energy. I'm getting seniority grandpa energy from that. So I'm trying to think about how I communicate to you. Clarify the Saturn in 12th house in Pisces. Okay. Yeah. So I think I was right with the first bit. Okay. We've got a Queen of Cups, we have 7 of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Wands. So the Queen of Cups, whatever she commits herself to, there's some kind of commitment here with this 7 of Pentacles. Whatever she commits herself to, whatever she invests in, it's something that moves her, right? With that Pisces in the 12th house energy. So this is about committing and being devoted to the thing that really sparks your imagination, your feelings, listening to your emotions and letting that educate you and show you what you're here to do. Trusting your intuition. Clarify that Ace of Wands for me. Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, that's about commitment, committing to, devoting to some kind of work, putting in the effort to build and create something here. Okay, so I think you guys are light workers, healers, spiritual workers here with this star card. You guys are here to do some light work, healing energy on this earth. We all are, but they're saying that that is one of your strengths, or that's what you're here to do, because we got 7 of Pentacles and 8 of Pentacles. This is where they want you to put your energy and your work and your effort into. It's like building this skill. Trusting your intuition, trusting your emotions. That is where your moneymaker is. Being a dreamer, using your imagination, being creative. That is being nurturing, helping people. That is one of your gifts right there. So they want you to invest in that. To know that this spark of imagination is leading you down the path that you're supposed to go on. You're on the path that you need to be on right now. That's your path. So keep building it. Keep with that Saturn energy, there's something about a long game. There's something about long-term investment and long-term reward here. There's also something about like old soul energy coming through as well with that, because 12th house can be about like past lives. So I think you have past life gifts that are meant to be used in this life, or accumulated past life gifts, or you're an old soul and you're meant to bring that energy and that wisdom to this life time. You guys got the white buffalo woman, calf woman reverence, right? So that takes me back to that energy. It's the same energy. It's like you maybe feel like life is sacred and reverent because you've experienced it so often, but you've also challenged yourself in past lifetimes to evolve spiritually, and you're here to share that and experience that this time. You're also here, I think, because the 12th house can be about moksha. So it's like transcendence. This may be your last incarnation. So you might want to use that to your advantage. So like live like you ain't gonna be here ever again. Like live it up in this lifetime for sure. Yeah, I think you have wisdom to offer to people to help them see how reverent and sacred life is. There is some magic that you guys, for this group, it's like you have no idea. I can't tell you because I'm like, I mean, I could look into it, but I don't think we need to. I think you sense that you have like a purpose or a destiny here with that star card. You sense that you have something important to offer to the world because you do. The reason why you sense it is because you do. You do have something to offer, like something big. And it's like long-term, 20, 30 years down the line, you're going to be doing something. You will have been building this consistently over time. And it's going to make you, like, you're going to be seen as like a teacher or part of a community, or as someone, like an important figure to other people that they look up to guide you. I think they want you to think about that. Because sometimes it's hard for us to see that it's a long game, right? With that 8 of Pentacles, that's about putting in consistent work. It's like we're building this. We may not get like huge abundance right now, here and then, or the results or the recognition, but because you may be in the beginning here with that Ace of Wands of starting it, but they want you to know that you have a future in this. Whatever it is that intuitively, creatively, imaginatively you feel connected to, that's what you're here to do. The 12th house is about the ether. So to me, it's like the no cap house. It's like you have connection to all and anything that's which you need to be connected to build with that Saturn energy. It's like you can build a future based off of using your intuition and your imagination. You can build your abundance, your wealth. Like Saturn can create wealth by investing into your intuition, your imagination, and your creativity, and your feelings, your emotions, your senses, your sixth sense. They want you to know that. Think of it as a long game. That's maturity there. The lesson they're wanting you to learn is it's time to mature into understanding you have a purpose. If you can see truly that you have a purpose, then you can step into your purpose proudly, fearlessly, beautifully, even when you're not sure, you're uncertain. With that 7 of Wands, it's like, I'm not really sure what this is going to look like, but I'm going to go my own route because, my guides have shown me, I've gotten signs, or I have a sense that I'm going to succeed down the line. Okay. That's going to be the end of your reading here, group number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support. Let me know if this resonated. Have a beautiful day or evening.